Hey guys, and welcome back for another video. Today I want to show you guys my two Cricuts. I have an old Expression and then a new Explore 2. So here is my Cricut Expression. I got it in 2007 and it has done a lot of good things for me. I have a very large collection of Cricut cartridges, which if you are thinking about going to the Explorer, you can still use all your cartridges. So they are not useless. But the old Expression, you would have your cartridge, you would have a handbook, and a plastic overlay that you would lay over the buttons, and then your little cartridge that you would stick into the machine. And this is how you would print or cut out all of your images. You would choose your image and you would choose your layer, and then you would choose your size, and then on the other side there was the speed, how fast you wanted it to cut, and then the pressure. So all of that was manual dials and stuff. There was no computer technology, all that stuff really involved. It was all just right there in front of you. But now I have the fancy Cricut Explore 2, and as you can see, it opens like beautifully. And then it has two fancy storage compartments in the front, and it even has a little cup holder, which is totally adorable. On the one side, you can store little items such as, new blades or your little scraper tool. And then on the other side, you can put longer tools like your spatula, your weeding tools, and things like that. This one comes with two different inserts, one for your blade and one for some writing utensils. Cricut does have markers and different colors that you can purchase, but there are different videos out there that will show you how to use different types of utensils, even Crayola markers I've seen. So this machine has one dial and 3 buttons. The dial will choose your material, and then there's a loading and unloading button, your Cricut cut button, and then a pause button in case you screw up and you need to stop the machine so fast. It also comes with a cable, and that will be used to hook up to your computer or laptop. They have new mats now with the new Explorers that have 3 different levels of stickiness. So there's a light, sticky, medium, and then a heavy stickiness depending on the materials. Some things don't stick as nicely. So this is the medium, the blue was the light, and then there's another color I don't remember. So I'm just going to give you a quick overview of the design space on my laptop. And if you want any more videos of any more in-depth stuff, then let me know in the comments. So because the new Cricut doesn't have the physical cartridges anymore, you will have to hook up to the Cricut design space. But if you don't have a computer, let's say, then you can use a tablet or even your smartphone. So you don't have to worry, you don't have to have a laptop or anything. It makes things a little bit more tricky when you are using your cell phone, just because you won't be able to do intricate designs with your finger, but a tablet would work perfectly for this. So I'm just going to go ahead and sign in to my Cricut account. So you're going to go to Cricut.com, and here you can either shop for more Cricut accessories, hashtag not sponsored at all, and I'll click on design. So here it's going to log me in automatically because I already have an account. I've had an account for a long time, I think since 2011, because I did have a Gypsy. So if you had a Gypsy, which was a failed product back in the old days, it was a small handheld device that you would put all of your cartridges on, and then you could do offline designing. Anyways, didn't work out. It was a horrible product and ended up being completely discarded. So that's why I have an account from that long ago. But this is where you're going to create your projects. They're going to give you Cricut access for 1 month for free as a trial, and then there you will pay like $10 a month, I think, and then you can have access to thousands of images and projects So it's beneficial if you don't have a good base of cartridges. Like I have over 25 cartridges, so I have a good base of clip art that I can use. But if you are coming from nothing, it's a good idea. And even just to try out that, that 1 month free trial just to see if you like it. So if you do have a lot of your Cricut cartridges, you can come here and click on link cartridges. They're going to ask you to put in your serial code, and then you can easily link those up. The thing is that afterwards, they end up just becoming paperweights. So I'm hanging on to them, but I don't really know what else I can do with them because, it's nice to have the handbook, I guess, but I don't want to sell them because I can't sell them because other people can't link them. So really it just ends up being a big paperweight. But anyways, I just put them on display. So from here you would go into, they will have little tutorials for you. But if you are coming from an older model, this is where you're going to find your Cricut cartridge images. So you're going to click on image, go to cartridges, and then you're going to go to your filter and click on my cartridges. And that's where you're going to find all the images that you already own. So like Create a Critter, I have that one. And there are some that they give you for free. Like I definitely don't have, like that's not mine. So, and this one, I don't have bookmarks. But here you would just go in, and I'm not going to do an in-depth, but I'm just going to show you what it looks like. And here you can just go in here, create your text. And if you have font on your computer, you can use your own fonts. So you can download fonts. You can purchase fonts directly from Cricut, but it's so much easier to just go to like dafont.com or something like that. You can download any font you like for free, and then you can click on system, and then it's just going to find all the fonts that you already own. But of course, if you're using this for commercial purposes, you have to make sure you have the permission to use them, blah, 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 blah. Anyways, so there's lots of things to explore, no pun intended, when it comes to the design space. But because Cricut does charge for things, there is a lot of workaround with this product, which I really love. You can download SVG files, which is a type of file that has a transparent background, so you can turn into cut files. So you can search on Etsy and even find free ones on Pinterest that you can upload right onto the design space, and you can print and cut totally for free. So I just wanted to show you how it works when you have a multi-layer image. So here is an example of a multi-layer image. And if you can see over on my right-hand side, all the different pieces have their own layers. So if you've ever worked with a, Corel Draw or Photoshop or something like that, they have layers. So everything isn't connected. So when you choose your image and you go over to make it, then it will actually show you each individual. So I would need 8 different colors, and you can even choose which colors. Like, of course, they're going to give you the recommendation, and they'll color code the mats. So, this piece will be gray. And then for the dress, we're going to use a pink. And then for the man's hair and shoes. So this is how it's going to look. And then when you go to continue, it of course is going to find your Cricut machine. It will set your paper, and then one at a time, you're going to load in your mat, and it's going to cut each piece. And then after, you can of course just glue it all together to make your image. So it's really like back in the old days, you would have to cut out each layer separately, make sure that your machine was set at the same size, because God forbid you accidentally cut one of the layers a little bit larger than the other one and made a mistake. So this is really foolproof with your images. So I really love that. Definitely a huge upgrade if you're thinking about switching to the new Explore, I would definitely do it. I've made things I never thought I would make before. I've never worked with vinyl, and now all of a sudden I've made t-shirts and mugs and plates, and I didn't even think that I would ever touch vinyl, to be honest. I've always just done paper crafting. So if you're thinking about it and you're on the fence and you're coming from an expression, I definitely would. The only downside to the Explore is that you do need the internet. So if something happens, your internet cuts out or design space goes down, which does happen, and your business relies on it, there is a possibility that you won't be able to do what you want to do that day. Design space usually isn't down for very long, but it has happened. So that is probably the only con that a lot of people talk about. So if you're looking for more in-depth instructions, I can of course do that, but I just wanted to give you a little overview on my old machine, my new machine, and why I switched. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.